Me and my buddies grew up on the Altamaha. Good at making something to do out of nothing at all. We chase whitetail bucks, catch a few channel cats. Lord knows it don't get no better than that. That's just a day in the life on the Altamaha, yeah. I was born there, raised up right there. Lord, if I was a lucky man, I'd still be there. Down in the small bear, that's where I come from, y'all. Them old banks of the Altamaha.
Welcome back to the Altamaha River Sportsman. This week is kind of a different program. It's a compilation of about 4 hunts that we put together back to back to back to back, and it's all about chasing some sea ducks. For y'all that hadn't hunted sea ducks, we hunt them out on the big water. Scoters, eiders. Every now and then you might see a old squall, but mainly it's going to be black scoters, white scoters, bluebills, canvasback, and even on this hunt we had some widgeon. So sit back and we'll show you how to come out here and chase some of these sea ducks. What we did was we went out and we chased these ducks. I had a group of boys come down here from North Georgia, and they'd come down here to hunt ducks on the wildlife management area. And as most of y'all know, the duck hunting here had been pretty poor and pretty much all over the state of Georgia. In pockets it was good, but mostly we just didn't have the ducks. Well, they'd come down and they were eating at mudcats, and they said that they just didn't see any ducks. Well, I felt kind of bad for them because I'd seen a lot of these sea ducks sitting out on the sound. And I told them, I said, I tell you what, I'm not a captain. You're gonna have to bring your own boat. You're gonna have to go drive your own self around. But you come up here tomorrow about 6:30 and I'll take you out and show you where to shoot some of these sea ducks. That's what we did, and it was good.
Good God!
It got so good that for the next 3 days, me and a couple other buddies, we hunt on 3 days in a row. We wound up killing like 95, 96 birds. It was really good shooting.
Call him.
What we did was we took 3 or 4 of these hunts. We took pieces, and we started with a foggy hunt. And on that foggy hunt, it took a little while, but the birds started showing up a little bit at a time.
He's swimming. That's a drake too. You better watch it. Hey. That's a drake. Kill him. You forget him. These are toughest birds swimming. There he is.
I know that some of the pro guys might feel better than us, but they'll have a hard time killing 95 sea ducks in 4 days because we had a mess of folks chasing them. All right, let's put it up there on the bank. We'll be ready to shoot some birds.
Hey, right here in the decoy, right the decoy. Right the decoy.
Now I'll tell you, you got to put the steel to them to knock them down. You cannot hardly kill these ducks on the water, and that's why you got to have those chase boats, because you can get out there to them and shoot them dead so that you don't lose them. You're gonna lose a few of these ducks.
What do you do when the birds ain't flying there, Anthony?
Drink coffee so you don't fall asleep.
What kind of coffee you got in that mug, man?
That is Altamaha mud from the Altamaha River Trade
If
Company.
y'all been calling, you probably got that bird to come in there.
That's some good stuff. He's coming.
That's why we got you.
Kill him.
Kill him right there, right there. Most of these guys are experienced hunters. All of these guys have had some experience hunting in the duck blind, and they all seem to really enjoy it. All right, good morning, y'all. We're out here in the middle of the sound chasing some of these sea ducks. It's kind of foggy, and we've been waiting on it to lift, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that up until lunch. So, but we're still going to hang with it for a little while. We got 4 or 5 in the boat, and we're shooting some scoters. Last 2 or 3 days, we've had a lot of luck with these birds, and we just had a group come in and work, and they knocked down 3 of them. But we're shooting a few scoters, white-winged scoters, eiders. Haven't seen an old squall, but we did have some widgeon come in early, and we all missed them. And then we missed some bluebills. But y'all keep tuned, and we'll see if we can't put something together here and give you a few shots of us knocking these critters down. Just because you knock them down don't mean you'll find them. These are some tough birds, and we're gonna hang here for a couple more hours to see what happens. One tip I'll give you is try to shoot these birds flying. If you try to shoot them, let them come in and land in your decoys, which they will readily. I mean, they will come flat in there, sit in your boat almost. They're really easy to decoy, but if you don't shoot them while they're flying, it can be kind of tough. We still out here in the sound, and it's just getting foggier and foggier and foggier. Everything's good. Water slick, decoys are in good shape, and we got some mud, some Altamaha mud. So, and we just had a duck fly by us while we're trying to shoot television. A buddy of mine said you can either film TV or you can film a hunt or you can hunt. Well, we filming a hunt and the hunt just flew by us. But y'all give us a call and try some of this mud.
Come in.
You'll like it.
Comrades.
Hang on right here to the left. Kill them. 2 drakes in there too. Here they come. They're coming right to us.
Good shooting.
Get down.
I'm gonna shot right behind him. Hey,
Ricky, grab your gun so we can kill some ducks.
Oh no, this is going to feed me. They're tough critters to kill on the water. You know how a water shot is? Well, these make it even tougher because they're just tough birds. While we're here, I'd like to show you the way that I do it. However it works for you. But for me, when you're out there and it's a little cooler and it's wet and it's dark, which one thing about these ducks, you can go about any time of the day. And as you see, we're running mainly during the daylight hours. It was a little foggy one morning, but besides that, it's not bad. But what I do is I have a anchor and I have it hooked to about 30 to 35 foot crab rope, my favorite rope in the world. And then I have a crab buoy sitting on the end of it with a big loop in it. And I make everything a little bigger so it's easier to handle. And then what I do is I have my lead duck which most of the time is this canvas back. I've got 2 or 3 like this, and I have paracord, which again is bigger than your average line, and I just tie loops in it. And I got 8 loops in here. And so what I do is I take my decoys and I hook them to those loops, one at a time, like this, with a carabiner. A big carabiner, hook it in there, it's done, let it out, it'll float. Now you can see why I use big stuff. It's hard to do on dry land, much less in a boat with the river running. But then you'll have them floating out. Then when you go to pick them up, you pick your lead duck up, disconnect him from the crab rope, pull him in, take these off, put them in the boat, and you're good to go. You figure out the way to do it. There's all kind of rigs out there that you can buy. I just do it this way because it's what I have, and I really don't hunt them that much. But after this year, may hunt them a little more. Sure wasn't no other puddle duck, so this was a lot of fun while we had the opportunity to do it. I want to throw this in there because whenever I moved here in the early 80s, I didn't really know a lot about hunting the area, but I ran into a guy, and his name was Robert Patterson. He made decoys, and he loved to hunt the sea ducks. And the man was gracious enough that he would take me. I bought a few decoys from him. He was gracious enough to take me and let me shoot these sea ducks, and he showed me how to hunt them. We'd hunt them offshore, we'd hunt them in the sound, and I just wanted to be able to pass that along to these young guys so that when they came down here, it would give them another option. And for you guys that really haven't hunted them, they're not here all the time. They chase a lot of mussels. They don't eat fish, they chase a lot of mussels. But it's a hunt that you'll never forget because you're on big water, and they love to decoy, man. They're gregarious, they talk a lot, they chatter a lot, and they will come to the decoys. And a couple of these things, I didn't even carry a duck call. I just, and I did it with my mouth because I didn't carry a call, and because I was filming, I couldn't really hold a call. And then the other time I did carry my duck call and made the same noise out of it. It can get a little aggravating, but it works, man. They love it, and they came right to us.
What I'm talking about. Rolling them up. Yeah.
That's on me.
Get in there. Long one.
He's out here in the woods.
Right in the decoys. Here comes another one. Coming to the decoys. Right there. Damn, them something hurt.
Was you kicked on it?
So y'all won't? Y'all ain't gonna shoot
Coming
him?
to your left, Rick.
You don't think that's too far?
Hell no. Kill that duck right there on the wall. Look at him. You better shoot your gun.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
You killed 2 at one time?
Look right here. Right here.
I got some shit.
In my mind, the best way to hunt these ducks is to hunt them when you got a high tide out going. That's the way we tried to set the program up, because when the tide is going out, these ducks will float out with the tide. They'll feed on the way out, and they'll go all the way out to the sound. And then when they get out to the sound, they'll pick up and they'll fly back in to where the feeding grounds are. Then they'll turn around and they'll come back. So it's a constant motion.
Watch right here.
Look to your left, Rick. You got it?
Boys. Oh, he saw us.
Right here.
Water turkeys.
shit. Get it.
You got all of them.
You got 2 of them, I know.
Let's go get them cripples.
I think there's about 500 ducks out here.
You'll notice that we got 3 or 4 boats out here most of the times we're hunting, and that works out really good because you can go out and somebody can be the shooting boat, and you can sit in the boat and shoot, and the other boats can chase boats, so you don't have to break loose and go get ducks, break loose and go get ducks. Can't really hunt a dog out here. It's in deep water. The tide just really rips, and you just have to have a chase boat to go pick up these ducks.
We got a sea duck right here. Triple.
So these boats we have, you see working, they're out there chasing ducks. We'd shoot some, they'd go get them, they'd come shoot some, they'd go get them, and it worked out real well. We had a lot of fun, and these boys, I think, really enjoyed themselves.
We'll never get them. So it's kind of a little work to it, but I think that's all the duck hunting.
Look at that, there's what I'm talking about.
So
We hunt these ducks, and you have to get out on big water and go all the way to the ocean. About a 25-minute ride, and you have to really do it unless you want to hunt in a big boat, which is what Robert Patterson loved to do. Unless you have a big boat that you want to hunt out of, you got to kind of watch the wind and the tides and make sure it doesn't get too rough out there, because it don't take long for it to turn rough out there.
go right there.
Oh, that's one of your black ones.
Get him, get him. Shit.
Oh. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Oh!
No ducks in here.
Kill him, kill him, kill him.
Oh.
Kill him. Kill him.
Go.
Somebody gotta shoot the gun, man.
Shoot. What happened? I don't know. Spring broke.
Here they come.
They're coming.
Here they come. Y'all got guns? Y'all loaded?
Yes, sir.
Shoot the yellow nose. Shoot.
My man.
They all shot birds, and they all had a great time, and I think y'all would enjoy it yourself if you get an opportunity. There's ducks all up and down the eastern seaboard. These birds go all the way around into the Gulf Coast. They're all the way up the eastern seaboard on the Atlantic, all the way up in Newfoundland. So you can hunt these ducks just about anywhere you are.
I'm sorry.
These animals are pretty cool animals. And I'm talking about the black scoter. We call them black scoter. There's a couple different. The common scoter, I think he's in Europe, and the other scoter that's around here, we call a black scoter. Black feathers, black head, black feet. Got a big yellow bill, but it takes 2 or 3 years for the drake to get that. whites. The female's got a little white. She's a little duller looking. But these jokers come out of the boreal forest, out of the tundra basically, where the snow geese are, and Newfoundland and places like that. So they have a hell of a long migration, and they're tough birds, man. They are tough. They get down here and they sit out on rafts in the middle of the sound in the ocean, and I mean get really large numbers. 10,000 probably is not an unusual number, and they can dive 30, 40 feet, and they'll get mollusks, crustaceans, marine worms. They'll eat plants, they'll eat insects, and they're just a hardy bird, and they love to fly and they love to talk. Corlu, corlu. You'll hear me yelling in the thing because I didn't have a call a couple of days, and they love it and they'll come to it.
I don't know how many we're gonna shoot. I saw the birds out there when we got there. I was like, man, we're about to wax this thing.
Thank you. You're the one. I'm gonna take a picture of them taking pictures. No?
Hey!
We'd like to thank all our sponsors. I say this every week and it's the truth. We can't do it without them. Look and see who they are and go by and do business with them. Come do business with them. And they help us pay to put all this on. It takes a lot of time and some money to make it happen, but they help foot the bill, and we want y'all to support them if you can. So whenever you get the opportunity and you get the time and you want to come down and fish or hunt, chase some sea ducks, whatever it is, come down to Two-Way Fish Camp, Altamaha River Trading Company, and let us help you with what you enjoy doing. Follow me down to the river.
You come on y'all, just follow me down to the river. That old Altamaha. What you think they know about that old Altamaha, Lance? Oh, we done taught them all we know, brother.